What's the tea? What's gonna happen? Stay tuned. Cheers! Look at this amazing frosty glass of Hendricks Gin Tonic I have. This gorgeous highball glass was sent to me by a very, very lovely subscriber, so thank you so much to Janice. I needed new highball glasses like you wouldn't believe, because unfortunately, RIP, we have broken quite a few. And I just love like how beautiful and retro this is. So apparently she works for a company in Boulder, Colorado. So I want to give a little shout out to the company. It's called Peppercorn, and I'm going to link it down below in the description box. I'm assuming you can get these glasses there. I just love how cold it's making my drink. Man, oh man, do I ever need it, because guys, it is 91 degrees outside. I have not left my apartment. I can't. I just can't. The humidity and the heat is out of control. And if anyone comes for me about New York City being hot, then you haven't been to New York City in the summer, where you literally have to walk around in it all the time. Most people in New York don't have a car, so generally speaking, you can't just like hop in your car and turn on the AC and go run your errands and then come home. You're just a sweaty, hot mess. The rest of the summer, I think pretty much I'm gonna have to have my AC pumped for these videos. Sorry in advance for like the hum or the white noise, but like ain't no other option around here. You're probably also noticing that I chopped my locks off. I was trying to do like the long side swept bangs, which I love. Can't do it in the summer. Cannot do it. Not gonna do it. Because like, what's that gonna do for me? My forehead's just gonna be sopping wet. It's gonna be sweaty, and then my hair is gonna be sweaty, and it's not gonna be cute. It's gonna be a whole thing. I just need to remember that in the summer in New York City, I always revert to like a super short baby bang pixie, because I'm just sweaty all the damn time. So today I'm doing a try new makeup video, and I feel like this is a little bit more high stakes than other try new makeup videos, because I am using none other, drum roll please, hold the phone, alert the media, stop the presses. We are using the Jones Road Wtfoundation. I can't wait to get into this, because I've actually been trying this out, and spoiler alert, I really, really love it. But I really want to get into the details with you guys, because it is it's a very unique foundation that I think you really need to know how to apply before you apply it. And another drum roll, please. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Cream Bronzer. Look at how beautiful she is. I mean, this packaging is almost as good as her packaging for her airbrush matte bronzer. I just think this is so gorgeous, and I can't wait to try this. I mean, I'm gonna be stunned if I don't like this. I'm gonna be honest. I'm also very excited to use a new Fit Glow concealer. I finally got it in the right shade, so we're gonna try that. And I also have a couple new shades of the Lip Cheeks from Cate. And I have some new products from Phytosurgeons. So I have their cream blush, and I also have an eyeshadow that I'm really excited to use. So like a really interesting mix of products today. You'll notice that I have some breakouts above my lip. I was kind of horrified because the other day it was this weather basically, and I was running errands in foundation down in Soho. It was thunderstorming. My mask was on and off, and I think my skin was just like, nope. The next day I woke up and I had like all of these sort of like, it was kind of like a mix between a rash and pimples, kind of like a heat rash. Yeah, it was really a treat. So that's what's happening here. We're gonna try to cover those babies up a little bit. So I'm going to start with the Wtfoundation. This is like such a controversial product, which I think is really kind of weird and hilarious. There was some influencer, I'm not familiar with her, but an influencer I believe on TikTok, who basically completely misused this foundation and just went in, like, it grosses me out even to explain what she did, but she like dug both hands like into the foundation and then just like smeared giant chunks of it all over her face. And then she had the audacity to be like, oh, no, oh my God, no, this looks horrible. I have really listened to what Bobbi Brown has had to say about application of this product, the best way to use it. But first, let's drink. So after the story I just told, I think it's really important to go into this foundation experience really understanding how this foundation is meant to be worn. I have the two lightest shades. So I have the shade Porcelain, and I also have the shade Fair. You can see they're very, very similar. So this right over here is the lightest shade. I actually started out with Fair, and it was a really beautiful match. But I had also tried, because there's a Credo store here in Soho, so I actually tried both shades, and they were both such great matches for me that I was a little extra, and I decided to create the perfect match. So I got both shades. So we're gonna be mixing these two shades together, but just know that either of these shades really would have been fine on their own for me. I know some people have talked about like oil separation and all of that when they've received this product. I didn't experience that. This is how both products looked when I opened them up, basically. The best way that I could describe this foundation is it's a very occlusive skincare product that also has a really beautiful blurring skin tint, but it's very, very subtle. There's not a lot of coverage to this foundation. The first time I used it, I actually wore it out for like an entire evening. We went to a concert, we had a night out, and I didn't hate how it applied, but I didn't apply it the right way. So what I did was I actually put on like a lot of the skincare I would normally apply, and then I went in with this. I do not advise that. I do not advise that, because this already has so much skincare in it. It really is a skincare product in and of itself. You just don't need really any skincare underneath this. So the second time I wore it, I actually applied it with nothing. Just I cleansed my face, and then I went in with this, and that was a much better result. So instead of like yammering, let me just apply the product for you. So here are the two swatches. This is obviously the lightest shade, which is Porcelain, and this is Fair. You can see how mixed together. For me personally, I just feel like it's the perfect combination, and I'm just going to kind of mix it out on the back of my hand first, and then I'm going to apply it on one side of my face with a brush and the other side with my fingers. So that's what the two shades look like mixed together. And I'm going to go in on my right side with my fingers. I find that both of these methods are just as good. I do like the warmth of my fingers because, you know, because it's like a skincare product, I feel like it very easily applies that way. It feels very natural to apply it that way. And today, just so you know, I do have one skincare product on. I misted my face and I put a very light serum on, just like a very light hydrating serum. And that's probably just as much as I would advise. Now, let's talk about SPF, because, you know, we all know that we should be wearing SPF under our foundation every day. I don't have SPF on today. I'm not going outside. But what I will say is I feel like none of the SPF I have is something that I would want to use with this product. So I actually went ahead and ordered a matte SPF from Supergoop. By the way, Supergoop is having an awesome sale right now for the next few days. It's 20% off all of their SPF site-wide. So I went in on that. I got their matte SPF. I also got like a spray SPF, and I think the matte SPF is going to be great to use with this because you do not need extra glow with this product. You just do not. Okay, so that's one side of my face applied with my fingertips. Now I'm going to again mix some fresh foundation here and do the other side of my face. So when you mix this, you'll notice there's like a little bit of a grittiness to it, which I know sounds really strange. It goes away. Like, it really is a very creamy blend. So I'm not sure what that's about, but I would say don't let that dissuade you, because honestly, like, once you blend it into your skin, it looks flawless. So I'm gonna go in with my BK Beauty 101 contoured foundation brush, and I'm just going to work this into the skin on this side of my face. Also, just want to tell you everything I have on right now. Full transparency, I have the Fenty body sauce on over a really nice moisturized décolleté, just like a little drop. So it just makes everything nice and blurred, and I think this is going to be a really nice match with the Wtfoundation. So what I will say about the brush application is that it's a little less dewy, not by much, but see how this side of my face is like extra dewy? This is a little less so that's interesting to note. And I feel like the brush obviously also like keeps a little bit of the foundation in it. So I'm probably getting like a little less product over here as well. If you are a person who does not like a dewy foundation, you don't like a super sheer light coverage, this is not your foundation. I'm not even gonna go as far as to say like if you have oily skin, you shouldn't try this, because I don't have oily skin, so I can't speak to that. But I can say that I have combination skin, so I have kind of a mixture of oily. I wouldn't say my skin is super dry, but yeah, I just have combo skin. And, you know, just keep that in mind as I'm applying this. I cannot express to you how putting less skincare, less of everything on before you apply this is really the key to this application. Now, let me be clear. You want to make sure you're taking care of your skin. You want to have like a nice hydrated base. Like if you have super duper dry, flaky skin, I'm not recommending you wash your face and just slap this on. Like do what you need to do to make sure that this goes on smoothly, but just be aware that the more skincare you put on, it's just gonna be too much. Okay, so that is the Wtfoundation applied to my entire face. Again, this side was with my fingers, this side was with a brush. And actually, this is the second time I've applied it with a brush, and I really like it. I really like it. I wouldn't advise putting this on with a beauty blender, especially not a wet beauty blender. In fact, Bobbi Brown said that's a no-go. If you are going to use a sponge, you want to use a dry sponge. The wet sponge is just going to be too sheer of an application. It's just not going to do the foundation justice, basically. Now, what I will say about this foundation, and I don't think Michelle would mind me saying that, we were going back and forth when we were trying this foundation, talking about our thoughts, and we both discovered that after we applied it, as time went on, it started to look even better. Like an hour in, an hour and a half in, 2 hours in, it wasn't quite as like Dewville. Not that I think it looks bad right now, because I actually think it looks phenomenal. But just so you know, it's kind of weird. It kind of starts to set down and look better and better, in my opinion, as time goes on. Now, this is the Fit Glow Concealer Plus. And I actually got this a while back, but the shade was too dark. So they were very kind and they sent me a lighter shade, which is C2. This is a full coverage concealer. The thing I love about this concealer is that it really stays put. It stays in place where you put it, but it's also very creamy. This really is my perfect shade match. I was gonna tap this in with a sponge, but actually, I think with the Wtfoundation, it's better to just keep tapping the concealer in with my finger, and then I'm gonna go in with the sponge underneath my eye. This is not a concealer I ever would have chosen for myself. I'm gonna be honest right now, but I'm so glad that I heard State of Cate talk about it, because this is her favorite concealer. In fact, it is apparently the only concealer she owns. And I have to say, I get it. I really do, because once I found my right shade, I am absolutely in love with this. Now, what I will say about this is you want to keep it minimal. Don't go crazy with this, because if you do put too much on, it's gonna get a little bit creasy under your eyes. So just like start really light and really soft. You can see like that really did do a great job of naturally covering up those blemishes I have above my lip. I'm really impressed with this concealer. I'm also straight up gonna go over here and stick my face into the air conditioner to just cool off for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so we are going to powder this very lightly, but first we're gonna go in with this, which I have not tried yet, the Charlotte Tilbury Cream Bronzer. And can I just get a round of applause for the restraint I've had, because I have been so excited about this product. So I am gonna go in with my beauty blender and just try this out. This is in the lightest shade. Oh my God, I haven't even touched her yet, and she is so creamy. Okay, I'm just gonna swatch this shade for you. That is, again, the lightest shade of the Charlotte Tilbury Cream Bronzer. I'm gonna take that on my wrist, and we're gonna try this baby out. Oh my God. This is, I mean, I'm not surprised like one bit, but my God, this is blending like an absolute dream. Wow, 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 wow. And honestly, I'm just not being careful about this. Like for a second, I kind of went in a little bit too hard and put too much on. Within like a millisecond, it's blended out and it's fine. Like that is my favorite thing ever. And I'm just gonna go along my jawline here. Really glad now that I put on that Fenty body sauce. And I also just like to take the side of my beauty blender that I haven't really used a lot and just go over my entire cheek, anywhere I put that bronzer, to make sure that there's no separation lines. I really cannot stand it when I see someone contour or bronze and I can see where that line is. That's just like a no for me, dog. Look at this bronzer. I am blown the hell away. Well, you know, good old Charlotte Tilbury is using like all the words on all of her packaging. So I don't even have to, the good part of that is I don't even have to refer to my computer. I can just tell you right here. It says beautiful skin, sun kissed glow bronzer, smoothing, healthy looking glow cream bronzer for face and body, infused with hyaluronic acid and vitamin D. And it says skin appears smoother by 42, not 40%, 42%. Boosts hydration by 136% in 1 hour. And it is sweat proof, humidity proof. Wow, I'm really glad I read this like really aggressive box. It says lightly, I didn't even read the directions. Lightly buff onto skin and blend with the beautiful skin bronzing brush for an all over sun kissed glow. Okay, well, I don't have their bronzing brush, but you don't really need it. This might be the most easily blended cream bronzer I have ever used, and that is a very, very bold statement. I am going to use my Say Air Set powder, which I am loving. It is pretty much one of the lightest powders I own. And I'm going to use this very, very sparingly. I am going to use a kabuki brush, which is a little bit more dense, gives me a little bit more coverage, but I'm going to not go in with very much powder at all, and just, I want this to look as natural as it possibly can. I do find that when a product is super dewy, even if you go in with light coverage, but then you put too much powder on, it can lead you to looking cakey. Just like too much foundation, like thick, that's not what we're going for here. You can see like with the AC, I'm still sweating. Like it's so incredibly hot. Just gonna tap out some of that Say Loose powder, and I'm just pressing, you can see I'm putting like barely any weight. I'm just pressing this very firmly but quickly into the skin. Okay, and those are the base products with powder over them. You can see it definitely like tamped down my shine. This is never going to be totally tamped down, okay? If you're looking for something that's going to mattify, again, this foundation, not for you. But yeah, I personally really, really love the Wtfoundation. I definitely would not have gone and purchased a second shade that I probably didn't really need to purchase if I didn't know that I already loved it as much as I did. Okay, so I just went ahead and added another very, very thin layer of the Fenty body sauce, just because this look is like very bronzy because of the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, and I just couldn't help myself. Janice, thank you so much for this glass, because this is keeping this G&T so icy freaking cold that I'm angry. So Phytosurgeons sent me one of their cream eyeshadows, and today's the day. Today's the day we're gonna try this baby out. This is their Flash Fluorescence cream eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Chilled Cherry. Look at her in the container. I've seen so many people beautifully apply this product, and it apparently gives you just a very sheer wash of easy blendable color on your lids. So let's try this out. I'm gonna use my BK Beauty and Angie Hot and Flashy A505 brush to just pat this in. And I'm being like really, really liberal with how much I put on my lid, because I'm literally gonna take a fluffy brush and just blend the hell out of this. Oh my God, this is the most beautiful, cool toned, I don't even know how to describe this shade. Look at how beautifully that blended out. And you guys know I'm not like a huge cool tone eye person. I often feel, I don't know, it just looks dark and I feel old. But this shade is really, really soft and pretty. Ooh. I think this might be one of the only cool tone shades I might actually reach for in my eyeshadows. Yeah, it gives this really, oh, it's so incredibly thin. And the fact that I buffed it in with that fluffy brush, just set it gorgeously. Wow, yeah, really impressed with that formula. And then I'm gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in the shade Jean, which I think is now called Champagne. And I'm just gonna tap that into my brow bone and just kind of blend all of that together. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Yes. Okay, so now I'm going to just do my mascara, a little bit of liner, and I will be right back. I am like real bronzy. I'm real bronzy. It's like a little bit of an adjustment because, you know, I haven't broken the bronze out like this since last summertime. Okay, I know you're like, Cate, what the hell? Are you gonna do blush? Of course I'm gonna do it. Calm down. Pulling out Phytosurgeon's cream blush. This is called Skin Spark is the name of the product, and this is in the shade Singe. Perfect summertime color. And I'm gonna take their Sky Fluff brush, which is one of my favorite brushes to apply cream blush with. It's just so effortless. I'm literally, well, let me swatch the blush for you first. So that's a really, really intense swatch of Spark. She's gorgeous. I'm just gonna take from that swatch and just dot a little bit on my cheek. A little bit goes a long way with this. And then blend away. Oh my God, it's angry. What? Oh my God, it's so incredibly gorgeous. And it is a little daunting when you put it on because it's like really, really pigmented, but just go in with a light layer. And I'm telling you, if you get this brush, it just blends out so beautifully. Look at how beautiful that shade Singe is. Damn, cheers to that. Oh, this is just like hitting just right. And now I'm gonna try a new lip chic shade from Chantecaille. This is the shade Freesia. Beautiful, sort of like Your Lips But Better mauvey nude. That's what it looks like on my hand. Go in with reckless abandon here. These are so freaking creamy and so incredibly emollient and comfortable. I would like throw this in a bag and just apply this any old time because it literally feels like not just a lip tint, but also like a lip balm. But you know me, I've got to add a little bit something more for this, for the end of this look. So I think I'm gonna take my Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss. Look at how like to the end of this I am. I love this product so much. It really does such an amazing job of plumping up your lips and doing what it says, like filling out the lines in your lips. I love the Contour Doe Foot applicator. Juicy. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. And I just really want to check back in on the Wtfoundation and give you some more final thoughts. You know, and I have to say, and I realized that I powdered this and I'm so incredibly relieved that that's something you can do. And Bobbi Brown actually addressed that. She said, you can put a light veil of powder on just like I did. And I think it's set down really beautifully. And I'm really feeling like as time went on, as I kept on filming, this just kept looking better and better. I really, really love the finish of this. So the second time I wore it, I didn't powder it. I wore it all day long and I just wanted to see how it wore out and about. And honestly, even without powdering it, if you're okay with a very shiny, dewy situation, it's stunning. It literally looks like you had like the best spa day ever. Like it gives this beautiful blurred effect. And I definitely think I would throw this on, like I said, in the fall and winter when I just want to feel even more hydrated. And I bet I wouldn't have to set this as much in the fall and winter. But look at the finish on this. I'm so I'm impressed with every single product I used. The Jones Brown Foundation is a hands down yes for me. I absolutely love it. If I didn't love it, you best believe I would be taking these back. But I am really, really impressed. I love the Fit Glow Concealer. Like I said, it is full coverage, which kind of dissuades me at first, but the way it applies is so creamy and natural that it blurs my skin. Again, like I feel like my under eye was almost erased using this. And I do feel like there's something to be said for a concealer that really stays where you place it. I love the fact that I can love a concealer like this, and I can also love a concealer like the Glossier Stretch Concealer. Both very, very different, but I love both of the formulas and the consistencies. Both of the Phytosurgeons products I use are hands down yeses for me. I just love the shade Chilled Cherry, and I really, really love how it applied. It really is just that beautiful sort of watercolor effect on my lid, which is my favorite. And this cream blush, my goodness, it's just stunning. And I did apply it over all of my base products, including my powder, which is good to know. So you can use this over cream products, or you can use it like as a last step over the cream products and your powder, and it's gonna work beautifully. This cream bronzer can honestly like have its way with me. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I am in love with this. This is the most easily blended cream bronzer I think I've ever used, and I have some phenomenal cream bronzers at this point. I mean, run, do not freaking walk on this. I realized I didn't put any highlighter on today, but honestly, I think I'm okay with that because everything I put on has such a beautiful radiance and everything played so well together that I think I'm good. Last but not least, this Chantecaille Lip Chic. I mean, if you don't love this shade, if the shade isn't calling your name, I just suggest looking at all of their shades because, you know, this is that formula that I'm obsessed with. It's that shiny emollient, it's a lipstick, it's a lip balm, it's a lip gloss, kind of a hybrid formula. And this is just another one of those, one of those products that I think is really, really next level. And I really do like this for just a subtle sheer wash of color that I could literally apply without looking, and it's going to just look gorgeous on my skin. Again, a your lips but better situation. Loving everything. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really, really wanted to make sure that I tried the Jones Road Foundation several times before I made this video and was as educated as I possibly could be, because I think this product is phenomenal if you know how to use it. And if it's a product that makes sense for you, if it makes sense for your skin type, if it makes sense for the climate you're in. But I definitely think with the right application techniques, like the technique we used here today, you will see great results with the Jones Road Wtfoundation. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you are enjoying my content, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. And I also want to point out that there is a new feature on YouTube that's pretty cool. It is the thanks button, and it is just alongside everything else underneath this video with like the thumbs up and everything. And you can actually donate to your favorite creators' channels and help support their channels. Of course, that is never expected. But I do think it's a cool thing that YouTube has done to help support people's channels, and I just want to make people aware of that. I'm going to cheers a product, and honestly, it really is a showdown between the Jones Road Foundation and this bronzer, but oh man, this bronzer with the packaging and how incredibly it blends out, this has won by a hair for me. Charlotte Tilbury Cream Bronzer, good job! You guys are the best. Please stay safe out there, and cheers till next time. Bye!